Okay, hello. Welcome to a new lesson of guitar. This is I think is in the number 9. Yes, esta es la lección número 9. Hoy vamos a repasar todas las notas que hemos visto en las cuerdas. We're going to check all the notes we have seen so far in every string, right? Then let's going to talk about the first open chords. Después hablaremos un poco de los acordes abiertos y cómo se forman y la importancia que tiene el hecho de saber ya lo que vimos de lo de la primera, la tercera y la quinta de cada una de las escalas. Hoy vamos a ver también un poquito de cómo se construyen las escalas para que así las tengáis todas. So we're going to see as well how to make or to create to make up a new scale, and how to remember tone, semitone, etc. And we're going to do it with the major scale, the C major scale, and the G major scale, right? And you'll see that in the G major scale it will appear one sharp. Vamos a ver la escala de Do, la escala de Sol, y veremos cómo en la escala de Sol aparece un primer sostenido. Ahora cuando lo veáis en la pizarra lo entenderéis. Of course I will write it on my blackboard, and you will see how these sharps, the F sharps appears, right? Okay, I'm going to check the notes. So we are on the first string. Voy a decir las notas: A, F, G, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Again, and I'm going to play a double stroke. One down, remember, and the other one up, right? So I'm going to do it. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Right? And now, how I promise, I'm going to do it with the metronome. Right? That's very important. And try to, I promise, and I'm going to do it. So let's put, for example, 62. Right? So it will be. So I'm going to play two strokes, a bit. E, sorry. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi. It was the first string. Let's go into the second one. B, C, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si. It's difficult for me sometimes to say the names of the notes in English, so if I make a mistake I'll try to check it, right, and to correct myself. Okay, I'm just going to do the third one. It will be G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Sol, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol. Right? It's not difficult, right? And remember to repeat again and again this exercise because you have to know where the notes are. Okay, let's go into do the next one is D, the fourth, right? D, E, F, right? Okay, and then let's going to do now the fifth, that is A, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La. I don't know if I say the fourth Spanish. Okay, I'm going to repeat it, the number fourth. Re, no sé si lo he hecho, lo repito. Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Re. And now the last one is E. A. It's E, it's the same as the first one, so that will be the same notes. I'm going to play it. It's not, remember, it's just an exercise mechanism, but it's very important. I think I have said that this exercise is important many times, but it's because it is, right? Okay, I'm going to repeat the exercise with the the sixth string, and it's E. So it will be E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi. Right? It's not difficult. In Spanish, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi. Okay? Good. So, be quiet a bit, que se cae un poquito. Bien, ya lo habéis visto. Cogéis el metrónomo, with the metronome, and do the exercise. If you want to play this exercise with, not so quickly, or so, you have to reduce the speed, and play 50, for example, or always please try to do it with the metronome, in order to put the rhythm inside your head. So, for example, if you want to play slower, for example, I'm going to put, for example, just because you can see it. For example, I'm going to put 50. This one is, I have reduced the speed, slow down. So now it will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E, F, G, A, B, C, D. I've done a little mistake. Speed up, right? You know, that is important, for example, because I was counting at the same time, and maybe I've been a bit confused just in one moment, and I can lose the rhythm, right? But I was aware of that, and then I noticed, and that is important as well. I mean, I'm a teacher, but of course, like all the humans, I can make mistakes. Estaba haciendo el ejercicio y me he dado cuenta de que me he ido un poquito, ¿vale? Porque cuando lleváis el ritmo interiorizado en la cabeza, después en el momento que os vais un poco, os dais cuenta. Y eso es muy importante también, ¿vale? Porque saber que en un determinado momento os habéis ido del tiempo, eso nota que el tiempo lo controláis muy bien, ¿de acuerdo? O sea, no solamente se trata de hacerlo perfecto, porque perfecto realmente no se hace nunca, no somos... We are not a mathematical being, they are just human beings, right? So sometimes we make mistakes. So try to be on, on time, right? but I have noticed sometimes that but I'm nearly perfect, right? I'm not perfect, I know, but I'm nearly perfect, and it's very, very important. Then when you play music, we are no machines, right? And this is important as well, because the music sometimes moves, sometimes with... It's when someone says that we've got the groove, the rhythm, it's because the rhythm is a little bit sticky. It's something... it's very difficult to explain, but you notice that you are on time, but not in a perfect time, because it's quite impossible. Quiero decir que el ritmo después en música no es tan matemático, siempre nos podemos ir un poquito, ¿no? Pero eso hace que a lo mejor la música sea un poco más humana, en el sentido de que es como si la palabra que utilizan los ingleses es groove, que es mantener el ritmo de una manera así un poco pegajosa, ¿no? Que las notas se deslizan un poco, ¿no? Y no son exactamente de una manera matemática, ¿de acuerdo? Pero evidentemente el objetivo ahora es tratar de ser lo más perfecto posible. You must be nearly perfect with that. If you are perfect, better. Then you can do it a little difference between the notes, but very, very little, because we must be all the musician more or less on time, and that's why the director, you know, he is all the time telling to the music the time signature, right? And sometimes it reduces a bit, a slower bit. Sometimes the music is a little more it's quicker, right? So remember that the time now, in order to practice, is the best thing you can do is with the metronome. Then more or less you will be follow it, but not exactly right. Okay, but nearly so. Okay, now let's go I'm going to write down here the scale of C and G, and you will notice how the first sharps appears, right? So I'm going to get my blackboard with my faulty pen. Here it is. I'm going to write the C major scale. You know this tone, semitone, right? The typical scale, right? So I'm going to write it down that in English: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, y do. So here we are. I'm going with the red faulty pen. I'm going to put the tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So that's the scale, right? You remember that. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So I'm going to write down now the G major scale, and we're going to see what happens if I put only the natural notes, and you will see that something wrong is going to happen, and we must correct this scale with putting a sharp, right? Okay, so if I write G, for example, the G scale starts in G and ends, of course, in G. La escala de Sol, igual que la escala de Do comienza en Do y acaba en Do, la escala de Sol comienza en Sol y acaba en Sol. And I write it: Sol, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa y Sol. Sol, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa y Sol. So here it is. This will be the G major scale. Sol, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now I'm going to put the distance between the tones and semitones in order to see the problem that we have now. If you want to imitate or copy the C major scale. Right, look at here. We've got now, here it is, G, from G to A tone, so it's the same. We must copy the structure, a tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, here, now with the G major scale. But we'll notice that something strange is happening. Why? Because you can see that here we've got G, from G to A, from de Sol a La, tenemos un tono. De La a Si tenemos otro tono. So we are copying, right, the scale, and more or less, oh, yes, exactly, because we are copying exactly the same tone and semitone. Here is from F to, from E to F, de Mi a Fa tenemos un semitono, y tenemos la casualidad de que aquí también se cumple. De Si a Do tenemos un semitono. Right? Here we've got a tone as well, but here we've got a problem. Tone, here we've got a semitone, and here is semitone, and here we've got a tone. Por tanto, la escala construida correctamente es tono, tono, semitono, tono, 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 semitono. So, the good scale, the right scale is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. But here, without any sharp or flats, because they are all natural notes, we've got tone, tone, semitone, that's correct, tone, tone, semitone, and tone. And it's, it won't sound very, it will not sound good, because we've got here semitone, and here we've got tone, and here we've got tone, and here we've got semitone. So, it's not the same structure. We need here a tone, and here a semitone. So what can we do with that? So we're going to change, right? I'm going to do the first change on the first scale we're going to see, because I'm going to check all the scales from all the sharp scales, G, A, E, B, etc., and then the flat scales, F, B flat, etc. You will know it, and it's very important to know these scales. Which is the best or the best scale you must learn? Is this C major scale, because it has the right order of tones and semitones. La que tenéis que aprender bien es la de Do. Y todas las demás se construyen a partir de ella. Entonces hemos visto que hay un pequeño problema aquí. Tenemos que poner tono y semitono para que la estructura de la escala de Sol sea exactamente la misma que la escala de Do. Entonces lo que vamos a hacer es un pequeño arreglo, ¿vale? Y es ponerle al Fa último que veis aquí, le ponemos el sostenido, right? So we have augmented the distance between E and F. We haven't got now a tone. We haven't got a semitone. Now we've got a tone. And here from F sharp to G natural G, we've got a semitone. So now the structure is the same. ¿Vale? Ahora la estructura es exactamente igual. Por tanto, la escala de Sol va a sonar exactamente igual, ¿no?, que la escala de Do en cuanto a la sucesión de tonos y semitonos. Evidentemente no sonará exactamente igual, porque esta comienza en Sol y esta comienza en Do. Pero la estructura es la misma. ¿Vale? Vale, os lo voy a demostrar ahora con la guitarra. So, we need to put a F sharp in order to copy the C major scale, right? So, look at this, or listen. this guitar is it's difficult to get. Okay, so listen to this. I'm going to play the C major scale, right? Right? This is the C major scale. You can do, of course, if we know all the notes, you can do the scale wherever you want. Wherever you want, right? It's no problem. I'm only playing the C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Simplemente estoy tocando la escala de Do. Cojo las notas que son, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, las busco en el mástil. Esa es la razón por la que os he dicho muchas veces que hay que aprendérselo bien para que podáis tocar la escala que queráis, la nota que queráis, sin ningún tipo de dificultad. Bien, ¿qué ocurre ahora con la escala de Sol? Que la escala de Sol, si yo no toco ese Fa sostenido, sonaría mal. No es que suene mal, sonaría distinto. It will sound different. It will be another kind of scale. We call it mode. Lo llamamos modos, pero eso es algo mucho más complicado que, por supuesto, a lo largo de las miles de lecciones, thousands of lessons I'm going to do here for you, we'll say it. We'll see them, the modes. Vale, pues entonces ahora ¿qué ocurre? Que ahora si yo ahora toco la escala de Sol, voy a tocar la escala de Sol tal y como tiene que ser tocada, es decir, con el Fa sostenido, with F sharp. It sounds good. But look at here, when I'm finishing, when I'm very near the last note, the G again, right? This is the octave G, and here is the other one. Third open is G, right? I'm playing G, the third string, and now G on the third fret, the first string. So I'm doing, right? Can you listen? Listen to this. Right? It's the same when I'm playing the C major scale. The last semitone. We need to put a semitone at the end in order para que suene bien, ¿vale? Aquí igual. Okay, I'm going to put not F sharp. I'm going to put F, right? Like the scale I have written down, or I wrote down before. So it will be. So it's a mode, it's a mixolydian mode, but no, forget about it. Now it doesn't sound right. It doesn't. This is the way. If you want to play with an imitation of the C major scale, right? So in fact, here I'm doing the same, right? If you are able to listen, you will notice that they are the same scale. It's the same scale, but starting with another note. One starts with a C, and the other one starts with G. But the structure is the same. Right? But this is the same. So that's why I have to put there an F sharp. Right? So we must change. In fact, when I play the piano, when I play the C major, I play only white keys. But when I try to play the G major scale, I need to play one black key, and it is F sharp, right? If I want to sound, if I want to sound good, I mean, if I need to play this scale like the C major scale with the same structure, I need to change the note F, and I change the white key F. And I play F sharp, so I need to play a black key in order to sound like the C major scale. So every scale we're going to know, we'll see in the next lesson, we'll need to change the structure, and not the structure, the structure is the same, but we'll need to put more sharps, right? Esa es la razón porque existen sostenidos y bemoles. Tenemos que arreglar la escala de tal manera que se parezca a la de Do. Cuando tenemos ese problema, tenemos que añadir los sostenidos y los bemoles para que se adecúen, ¿vale?, perfectamente a la escala de Do, porque es, en cierta manera, la que nos va a dirigir siempre, Entonces hacemos escala mayor, escala menor, ya lo veremos, Bueno, ahora vamos a ver las escalas mayores. Vale, pues aquí está. Aquí tenemos la escala de dos escalas. We have two scales, and now I'm going to use the first, the third, and this is the fourth, and this is the fifth, y la quinta. Primera, segunda, tercera, cuarta y quinta. The first degree of the scale, the second degree of the scale, the third degree of the scale, the fourth degree of the scale, the fifth degree of the scale. So we've got here the names of the notes of the chord, right? Remember that chord is made with the first, the third, and the fifth. Here we can do the same, right? So we've got C, E, G for C major, and for G major we've got G, B, and D, ¿vale? Es decir, para la escala de Do tenemos Do, Mi, Sol, qué difícil es escribir así, y después tenemos Sol, Si y Re. Ah, lo conseguí. Right? They are the names, the notes we must use if we want to play the chord. Remember, a chord is made, or we create a chord using the first, the third, and the fifth of the scale. In the scale, if we want to play the C major chord, we should use C, E, and G. And for G major, G major chord, we should use G, B, and D. Do, Mi, Sol, Sol, Si, Re. Here, C, E, G, G, B, D. So if you know the notes of the strings, you will notice that we can create any chord. I told you when we play this note, it was a C major, and here as well, and here as well. Why? Because here I'm playing G, C, and E. It's not in the same order I wrote on the blackboard, but it doesn't matter now, right? We talk about that because it's another thing that is quite important. When we change intervals, right? So we call it inversions, right? Inversions. First, if we play the first note, then we will play the third degree, and you play the fifth degree. But you can play the same chord, and it sounds a little bit different. If you want to play, for example, first the fifth note, then the first, the root of the scale, and then the third, right? Quiere decir que después veremos ciertas alteraciones que podemos hacer. En vez de construir siempre el acorde de do, mi, sol en ese orden, podemos construir el acorde con, por ejemplo, sol, do, mi, y lo llamaremos inversiones, pero eso ya será el tema de otra lección. So let's going to play the first chord in open position. So C major is C, E, G. So the sixth string is E. So it sounds, right? It sounds beautiful chord. The next one is A. So we should look for one of the three notes. And you know that C is here. Right? So we've got E on the top, the sixth string, and now C on the third fret on the fifth string. Next, we've got the open D. So it doesn't fit in our chord. So we need to look for another note, and here it is. This one is E. So we've got E, C, and E. So we've got, so far, these three notes. Now let's going to look for another one. This one is G. Okay, this one it sounds, because G is one of the three notes we are looking for. The next one is C, and it's here because it's E, C, and the last one is E again. So the whole chord will be like this. Right? You can play if you want now, if you want to play now all the strings, but in fact we'll see that we must start from the root, from this one, right? But don't worry, just remember now that now you know why this chord is called C major. Why? Because every note you are playing belongs to the group of the three notes C, E and G. Vale, ahora ya sabéis por qué este acorde, siempre se lo pregunto a mis alumnos, venga, ¿por qué? Porque muchos vienen y dicen, ¿este acorde es do? Digo, ¿y por qué es do? Pues no lo sé, lo he visto en internet y ya está, ¿vale? Y lo pongo y ya está. Vale, para mí es muy importante que cada cosa que se haga se comprenda, porque así después vais a ser capaces de ¿cómo deciros? De explicar cualquier progresión de acordes, cualquier solo, lo vais a ver siempre en relación a esas estructuras que vamos aprendiendo poco a poco, que son acordes, o bien las escalas que vamos haciendo para relacionarlas con los acordes, y por qué suenan bien, o por qué una nota a lo mejor no suena del todo bien. Bueno, pues todo eso se consigue gracias al conocimiento de las notas. Bien, pues por tanto acabo de hacer mi primer acorde open string, en cuerdas abiertas se llama, ¿vale? Con cuerdas abiertas, just only stroke, y tenéis el acorde de do, ahí lo tenéis dibujado. Os lo voy a enseñar bien, aquí, ahí y en la segunda cuerda, ¿vale? Aquí está en el tercer traste, quinta cuerda, el mi, segundo traste, cuarta cuerda y por último el do, que está en el primer traste de la segunda. Y las otras suenan al aire porque pertenecen al acorde de do. Vale. ¿Qué ocurre con el acorde sol? Pues en el acorde sol tenemos sol, si, re. With the G chord, G major chord, we've got G, B and D. So I'm looking for the notes. This one is G, esta es sol, esta es la, no pertenece, por tanto busco una nota que sea, que es el si, G, B, D, so we've got here this one. The next one is D, so it fits to our chord. The next one is G, we are lucky. The next one is E, so we don't need to put a finger, and the last one is E, and we need to put G. Right? You can put this one, this last note, the G on the third fret, on the first string, with the third finger or the fourth finger. Right? So here, then three strings open. And if you want, you can play as well, because this one is D, this one is B, and here is D. So these two notes, open or with my finger, the two notes belongs to the G major chord. So if you want to play the chord like this, or like this, it's the same. Right? So now you know why this note is called G major chord. Why? Because when you play all the string, the 6 strings, you are playing all the time the same notes, right? G or B or D in a different order. Sometimes one note is repeated, sometimes one note is alone, but it doesn't matter now. The more important thing is that you have to play all the 3 notes, and it will sound like a chord, major chord in this case. So what is the next exercise you have to do? So change. This is very difficult now, right? Because you are here, and then you have to do, you should do that. And then go back to G, very slowly, and then play C. I warn you, it's very difficult. Why? Because it's not the same to play just one note after the other. No es lo mismo tocar una nota detrás de otra que tocar un acorde y cambiar toda la forma de la mano para tocar el acorde. Por tanto, ahora lo que haréis normalmente será tocar el acorde una vez puesto y después poco a poco vais poniendo el otro. So now remember, this is for the beginners, of course. At the beginners it's quite difficult to change the chord. Why? Because you have to move your whole hand with the fingers and change the position of the fingers. So you have to move 3 or 4 fingers at the same time. It's very, very difficult. You remember that boring story about the limbic system on your brain that is very, very slow to get to comprehend the order that the more intelligent part of our brain is telling him or telling it. Okay, come on, change all the notes. We have to put these fingers here, the next one there. It's a lot of work for our brain now at the beginning, for the beginner players. So remember that. Do that, and then very slowly you'll do that. Next one. Okay, let's go to put again G. Very good. Okay, let's go to put again C major chord. Don't worry, change. In the end, you will be able to change the chord. I say in the air. I mean, when you are playing, you put your position before you put your finger on the fretboard, right? You can see that I can do it very quickly, but it's because I'm changing right in the air. I remember when I was a little boy, I was, walking along the street and doing that, right? Without the guitar, of course, right? With my hands. If someone saw me doing that, he'd say, well, he must be mad, doing that. But it was a good practice. Just only change in the air. Try to imitate more or less the form of the chord. Right? G, C, G, C. Right? Okay, I think we have seen a lot of things today. I have checked all the notes. I have explained why we need to put a sharp on the G major scale in order to sound like the C major scale, and we have seen why this chord is called G major and C major and G major. Hemos visto hemos hecho un ejercicio con todas las notas que hay, ya no lo volveré a hacer, a lo mejor lo hago un poco más adelante, pero es un ejercicio que hemos hecho durante muchas lecciones, así que hacer el favor de estudiarlo. Y después ahora ya vamos a empezar a hacer acordes, a hacer progresiones, y la cosa se va a poner más interesante. Aunque tenemos que ver todavía intervals, right? Remember that we sing the second major, it was just only if you are in this, la segunda mayor, si estáis aquí, pues la segunda mayor es esta, ¿vale? Todas estas son segundas mayores. And we see that if we want to jump to the other string, is different. The distance from here, from this one to this one, but the distance is the same in our ear. It's not the same with the fingers because the distance is different. We must do something different, but the sound is the same, right? And remember that here, when we change, it's different. The third string. And don't worry that I will check it because the next one I'm going to teach you the third, the major third, right? We have seen the second major. I can't remember if this is major second. Yeah, it would be a second major second, la segunda mayor y después la tercera mayor. Y vamos a ir viendo, pues eso, que estas notas de aquí, pues se van a llamar de un determinado nombre. La tónica, la segunda mayor, la tercera mayor, la cuarta justa, la quinta justa, la sexta mayor, la séptima mayor y la octava justa. Y veremos cómo se representan a nivel en el mástil. We'll see that all the degrees of the scale, how we do the relationship between them, and how many string we need to jump or to skip, not playing that. For example, we are here. So if we want to play the octave, we must go here, or here. Sorry. Os enseñaré los saltos que hay que dar para tocar esos intervalos. Porque imaginaos que estáis haciendo un solo y llegáis a una nota, ¿vale? Y queréis acabar en la octava, no sé, pues imaginaos. Esta última es la octava, ¿vale? Yo me he hecho una frase. ¿Vale? Si quiero acabar en la octava, ¿vale? He hecho una pequeña frase así, un poco bluesera. Kind of blues scale or phrase. And I want to finish. I'm going to finish here, but at the end I decide to finish on the octave. Something that sometimes we do a lot. Alright, it sounds very nice. A, O. Here it is. Sorry. You need to know where is the octave if you want to finish, for example, that kind of phrases. Okay. Stop talking. Thanks for listening to me. I have put on internet in the internet if you want to pay something for me. I'm not asking for a lot of money. If you want to put €1, €2, or just 50 cents, whatever you want, in order to, it's like to say, okay, thanks Carlos for do this work for us, and it's kind of, and I'm not going to be rich with this, you know, this kind of, if you want to give me some money. I'm not asking for a lot of money. It's just try to say that thanks Carlos. Bueno, he puesto una página en la misma, como una donación, ¿vale? Si queréis poner algún tipo de dinero, tampoco pasa nada si no ponéis nada. If you don't want to put anything, don't worry. I'm going to follow the because I like to do it, really. It's not a question of money, right? It's like I want to put here on the internet all the things I have learned for a long time, and because I think we must, in a sense, we must share all the things we have learned, and if we share all that kind of things, I think it's one of the most beautiful things that we can do with the things we have learned, right? To share. And I put that kind of, if you want to pay something, but it's symbolical, right? If you want to pay 50 cents or €1, you need to say, okay, I'm going to say thanks, Carlos, for stay there and share your knowledge. But don't worry if you don't want to put any money, right? It's just I will buy some pics with the money. Okay, see you soon. And next lesson we're going to talk about another scale. Example will be D major scale. We'll see in the D major chord as well, and we talk about intervals and maybe another surprise, right? Okay, see you soon. Bueno, la próxima clase haremos la escala de Re, acordes y alguna sorpresa que otra. Hasta otra.